Hello friends, in today's video we're getting some daily summer cleaning done. I had a busy day with lots of running and I found myself stopping and starting a dozen times throughout the day. So I just wanted to get some quick and easy cleaning done between all my trips. So I focused on my main living areas, my kitchen and my living room. Then I got my room cleaned, my clothes folded, and prepped my youngest son's clothes to go in the washer. So pop my video on your TV, tablet, or phone and clean along with me, or sit back and relax with your favorite drink and stockpile this cleaning motivation for future use. Hope you enjoy! Don't forget to like my video, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell notification for more inspiring, motivational videos. Let's be friends on Instagram too. You can find me at Home with Elizabeth. Welcome friends, we are starting out in the kitchen with my Pledge multi-surface cleaner. We are going to get my windows cleaned. They were not as dusty as my ones in my bedroom, but they were still a little dusty. They hadn't been washed or wiped down since we moved in. Come here, buddy. Yeah. Go.
Mommy, can you call Daddy back?
Look what's back there.
Mom, can you call Dad back?
Why?
He tried to call you. He didn't know if you were busy.
So not only were there a ton of toys behind my cupboard there, but the dogs were always messing with right beside the fridge there. Well, I figured out why. There were like 7 milk bones back there that needed swept up. All right, friends. As I mentioned in the beginning, this day I had a ton of running to do. This was filmed back on July 9th, and 2 of my kids had their sports physicals that they had to get done. It was actually the 2 that also have to be up for football. So I had to get them up and went to football. I had to pick them up from football. I had to get them down to the doctor's, and our doctor's is about 30 minutes away. And so again, just lots of back and forth. Once they were done with the doctors and we got back to the house, I had, like an hour or 2 before my middle son had to be at work. And then they had him working a weird split shift where, because he is underage here in the United States, they can only work so many hours. So he was doing like a split shift, so I had to get him dropped off at work, and then he only worked for like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I had to get him picked up, and then he had like an hour break and he was going back to work. So friends, I was just back and forth all over the place. So I was just trying to work on stuff that it wouldn't matter if I stopped in the middle of it to go do some running. All right, friends, as you just saw there, that was filthy, dirty coffee all over not only my Keurig, but the side of my fridge there. So yeah, this is what I kind of did today, is all these weird little things that haven't been cleaned in a long time or don't get cleaned on a daily basis. Like I was trying to get those done because it's the type of stuff where I can start to clean it, and if I have to stop in the middle, no one else is going to mess with it. Like, no one's going to mess with the windows. I had already made coffee, so no one else was going to make coffee. Later in the day, you're going to see some other stuff I do that it's just not going to matter if I stop in the middle of it and have to leave for 15 minutes and then come back and I can pick up right where I left off. So now we're getting this dishwasher clean. All right, as you quickly saw there, I'm using my Barkeeper's Friend. And I think, remember folks, a few videos ago, I talked about how it looks like my Scrub Daddy gets dirty. I'm gonna try and show you here. I thought like it was a good angle. So see how it's kind of grayish? My guess is it's just soap scum. And I don't know why it should surprise me. In my old house, I had a ceramic like farmer's sink, like one of those white ones. And I'm like, it got dirty. Like, I could see the dirt in it, and when I would scrub it with my other Barkeeper's Friends, like, the subs would be dirty. So I don't know why it surprises me that my stainless steel sink gets dirty with like soap scum and stuff. All right, and I've needed to fill my soap container for the longest time, so I just got out my Dawn Platinum, which is my favorite all-time dish soap, and got it filled. And now we've moved to the other side of the sink and we're going to get it scrubbed. And friends, I want to welcome you back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Elizabeth. I'm a 50-year-old wife and stay-at-home mom to 7 adult/teenage children. I have 2 girls, aged 26 and 22. They both live outside the home. In fact, my 22-year-old daughter, who lives in South Carolina, was just home for 4 days. We just took her back this morning, which is July 14th. I'm doing this voiceover. We just took her back to the airport this morning to head back home. I have 3 boys aged 19, 16, and 14. My oldest son is in his going to go in his sophomore year of college, and we are going to get my board changed. I thought I did that transition really well, folks. What do you think? Let me know. He's going into his sophomore year of college, so he has about, I think we figured out last night, he has about 5 weeks left here at home. And then my 16-year-old and 14-year-old are, of course, here full time. They're starting their junior year and freshman year of college. And then I'm an auntie to 2 additional 15-year-old twin boys. They are my nephews. I got custody of them a few years ago. They are actually starting their sophomore year of high school. So yes, I have 4 teenage boys full-time at my house, a freshman, 2 sophomores, and a junior. So as you can imagine, my house is pretty busy. On my channel here, you're going to find lots of cleaning motivation, cleaning inspiration. As you can imagine, a big household, we make big messes. You'll find a little bit of decor inspiration, a little bit of like organization and declutter inspiration. You'll find lots of real life. I include just everyday moments with my kids, everyday moments of myself. I try and be as real and as authentic as I possibly can. That's what I like to portray on my channel, because I'm hoping that if there's anyone else out there like me who perhaps feels like they're alone, or they're the only ones going through this, I want them to know that they're not, that you have at least one other person out there, me, but I can assure you, you have plenty of other people out there just like us. So if you're into this kind of content, if you enjoy it, if you need the motivation, the inspiration, heck, if you just need to laugh, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. We have an awesome community here, and I would love to add many, many, many more people. All right. So as I was rambling on about myself, I was just getting my counters cleaned and getting my stove cleaned, and now we're going to get my island cleaned off. All right, we're gonna get my pups fed, and I included a cute little interaction between us. I hope you guys enjoy it.
What do we do, Harper? What do we do? Sit. Good girl. What do we do, Mackie? Mackie? Do we sit? Sit. Good boy. There you go, Bubby. Puppies! Hi, honey.
right, that was just my oldest son, and he has actually been in the living room the last month while we were doing remodeling on our basement. But the night before this, he was actually in his room downstairs for the first time, and I was just talking. I don't know if you could hear us talking, but I was letting him know that, like, when I get up in the morning with the pups, like, they were so used to just running out and seeing him in the living room, like, they were really looking for him this morning, and they were so sad that they didn't see him. But he loves those pups. All right, I just used my Wyman stainless steel cleaner to clean my fridge, and I'm cleaning my freezer. And I wanted to say, if you couldn't hear when I was talking to my pups about how I was feeding them, my little boy pup, which is Mac, he's the second pup that I was talking to, sometimes he gets a little lippy with me when I tell him he has to sit.
Hi, Harps. Hi, Harps. Oh, Papa Gil. Oh, Papa Gil. Love you. Love you. He's Mickey Picky.
Hey, hey,
Ryder's in the living room.
you,
Ryder's in the living room.
As I was saying, he gets a little quote-unquote lippy, and like he barks at me sometimes. He's just funny. It's like he's telling me, I know, Mom, I need to sit down. All right, and friends, that whole little interaction that I just showed for you guys, you guys should be happy that I didn't start this channel when my children were young, because if that's how I talk to my pups, can you imagine how I talk to my kids when they were little? I'm just kind of joking. If I would have started this when my kids were young, I wouldn't have cared if I talked to my kids like that or not. All right, and here's another dirty job that doesn't get done quite as much as it should. And again, like, I have 5 minutes, so I'm going to get it done. But cleaning my garbage can, and look how badly it needed it. It's just one of those things I don't think about every day. And today I was determined to get it cleaned. We're getting my Tineco, and you guys know I never say the name right, so I will put it on the screen. But it's like the Tineco S5 iFloor wet dry mop, smart. Could be a rocket scientist, could fly to the moon itself. I don't know. You know, friends. Anyways, we're using it to get my floor mopped here, and I love it. And I need to tell you, did I give you guys a sneak peek of some cleaner I found? I don't know if I did or if it's coming up in another video. But I've been doing some research to try and figure out, obviously, a cheaper way to buy cleaner for this, because their cleaner is quite expensive. And I found one that's actually a Tineco product. So we will see. But yes, I'm going to have a little bit of a, like I said, I don't know if I've sneak peeked it for you guys, but I will eventually. But I am going to have a review on it too. But I am still on the search for alternatives to their solution. And I will be letting you guys know what I find and how they work and stuff like that. So, you know, let me know if you're interested in stuff like that, because I am. Like, I'm all about saving money. All right, friends, so here's where my pups lay constantly. This is one of our air conditioning ducts in our kitchen, and you can tell that they lay there because look how filthy it is. I noticed it a few days ago, and I thought I was going to wipe it right then, but I didn't. I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave it because, I'm going to film, so I'm going to leave it for you guys so that you can see. But it wipes right up. Oh, and did you notice our new gate there? That's because my husband tripped over the wooden one and broke it. So we had to find a new one. So we went with the plastic one this time. Hopefully it lasts a little longer. All right, we're in the living room to get this vacuumed and couches and pillows straightened up. And there's funny little things coming from my kids.
You need to take some time to think about like what kind of theme you want to do so I can help you.
Yeah. So this is my mom. Is it recording?
Yes, but like you have to aim at the ceiling. Why are we doing this?
I'm just joking. There you go. You're gonna put that music in the background.
So that was between, my son had already worked a little bit of a shift. That was just, he was home, like I said, for about an hour break, and he was just still in his clothes, and he was waiting for his older brother to get dressed, and then they were going back to work at like 3 p.m. entertaining themselves and you guys.
cho ma bèo đâu người. Hi. Hi. Hi baby. Hi baby. I mean.
And of course, that's what happens when mom leaves her camera laying around and you live with teenage boys. They're gonna grab it and make funny films. And I always tell them, when you guys do stuff like that, I'm gonna put it on the internet. So they know full well that whatever they do is gonna end up here. I actually think they enjoy it, really. I think they enjoy, because I tell them how sometimes you guys make comments about it and like they enjoy that. I think they enjoy entertaining you all. Oh, and here we are cleaning up the dreaded mess of my front door. We had added mess though. We had all kinds of football stuff that I had to yell at the boys to be like, come get your football stuff. They were like, well, we just need it tomorrow. We're just gonna leave it. I'm like, you're not leaving it. There's not enough room. Go put it in your own room. And there goes my boys off to work. Sometimes it's very convenient that they work at the same place because of times like this when they can go together. And then other times it's a pain in the neck that they work at the same place because sometimes if their shifts overlap, they get annoyed with each other. And then they bring it home and annoy us. All right, so we were just getting the rest of this carpet vacuumed, which is kind of behind my living area here. And then we do have a couple spots on the rug that I'm going to get my carpet cleaner out, clean those up. I am happy to report though, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that our male pup is having some marking issues. It's been 3 days. First of all, I'm going to show you all the junk that I swept up in the living room. It's been about 3 days, knock on wood, where he has had no accidents. So I don't know if we've kind of gotten over the hump. I don't know if it's because we're doing something different. I don't know. But yeah, we're on like day 3 of no accidents. So that's amazing. Oh, and I might put a link down below. It won't be any type of affiliate link or anything like that. This carpet cleaner I'm using is the BISSELL Pro Pet. It's $99 at Walmart, and I really like it. All right, we are out here in the living room. This is right in front of my front door. I have this patch of tile. We're just getting it cleaned with my Tineco, and then we're going to empty my Tineco. I'm going to show you the dirty water and all the debris it picks up. This is just my kitchen floor and that front tile area. And if you notice, there is not much hair in there. So my dogs, I think I've said it before, they're living up to their non-shedding names. And I am here for that, friends. Right, and what I'm doing here is I didn't want to drag it into the bathroom to empty it, so I emptied it here in my kitchen sink, and I'm just spraying it with my antibacterial spick and span, and you're supposed to let it set for 10 minutes. It was hard to see there because of the way my editing worked, but I set a time for 10 minutes so that I would know when I needed to go back out and scrub the sink and like rinse it out. It actually was more than 10 minutes, but I needed it to sit at least 10 minutes. All right, friends, so we are in my bedroom and we're just going to get this cleaned up. As you can imagine, maybe your guys' house are like this, but the parental figures' bedrooms seem to get like the bulk of the mess, I feel. It's kind of like a dumping grounds, and like I have to declutter it and clean it almost every day. And I need to do that because when I come in here to go to bed at night, I need it to feel like peaceful for myself so that I can wind down and get a good night's sleep. So we're literally just going to get the beds made, we're going to get the dressers cleaned off, we're going to get some laundry folded, we're going to get some laundry sorted, because at the time my youngest was still, in his middle brother's room and his clothes basket was staying in my room. So we're just going to get, like I said, all of the stuff just decluttered, stuff put where it needs to go and whatnot. Alright friends, these are my clothes I'm getting folded, and my laundry day falls on a Friday, which is the last day that I do laundry. And I'm telling you, by the time Friday rolls around, I am like so tired of laundry. So a lot of times I can get mine washed and dried, but it will sit in my clothes basket till Monday, sometimes even Tuesday. Like friends, this was a Tuesday I'm filming this. I just get so exhausted of laundry, but I'm okay with that, friends. Like, I'm getting it washed, I'm getting it dried on time, and it's there in my clothes basket when I need it. If it has to sit there for 4 or 5 days, I'm okay with that, friends. Like, that's just a concession that I'm okay with. I will get to it when I get to it, and I just so happen to want to get to it on this day. Like, I'm not gonna sweat this small stuff. I can't. I would drive myself insane. So I'm going to tell you what does happen here coming up, only because, this moves so quickly. So I believe that during this time I was folding my clothes, my 10-minute timer went off, but my battery was low. So I'm like, I'm just going to finish doing whatever I can do until my battery dies, and then I'm going to go out and scrub my sink, only because I have to go over gates and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you folks, the less trips I have to make over a gate, the better I am. So we're just kind of, combining and, making less trips. So you're going to see I'm going to start to put my clothes away, and it's going to cut out really weird and then cut to the sink. That's what happened. Like, you might even see me look up. Like, I knew it was dying. I kept watching to see when it would die so that I could stop and not lose any footage. And of course, now that my clothes basket is empty with my clean clothes, I can put my dirty clothes in it that were piled on my dresser. So here we are, like it kind of cut out weird, and I'm just going to give my sink a good scrub to, you know, get all those germs washed away, washed down, and so we can put dishes in our sink. And I'm back putting the rest of my clothes away, and now I'm going to get my husband's dresser cleaned off. All right, we're just finishing up this laundry, getting stuff hung up, putting it where it needs to go, getting hangers in my closet, and then that clothes basket right there to the left is my youngest son's. We're going to get his clothes turned right side out and kind of sorted so that I can eventually get it down to the washer to get it washed. All right, I called him in to take his clothes basket downstairs. I'm emptying my vacuum from the living room stuff, and we're going to get my bedroom vacuumed here. And I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but I've mentioned it in other videos, but in case you're new around here, I am using the Dyson Animal V10 to vacuum. I bought it during the pandemic back in early 2020. I got it from Lowe's. It was on clearance, and I paid about $299, I think, for it. And about 6 months ago, it really started dying, the battery. It just kept, you know, the charge just kept getting less and less and less. So I ended up buying a battery off of Amazon for about $30 to $40, and it's like a brand new vacuum. I can vacuum my house, which is almost completely all carpet, at least 2 times before it needs to be recharged. Of course, there's the mess from my bedroom, and I emptied it. I didn't show it, but I did empty it. And now we're getting my hallway cleaned. Friends, in about 30 seconds we have the latest basement tour coming up, and you all will be surprised what you're gonna see. It's amazing how much work they've got done. All right, so we're coming in the door that is from my garage. So this is the front room, and as you can see, there was like a big kind kind of a dip in the floor. They had to put cement, but like the ceiling is complete. They have the vent complete. They have the closet, not completely complete, but it's built. As you can see, it's missing like some of the trim and stuff. But like, so the front room is looking good. We're gonna come into the middle room here, and again, so here's the flooring. Here's the middle room. You can see all the flooring is done. They've done the top part of the window. They've done everything in the closet is done except for the trim. Like the ceiling in there is done. We're gonna go into the family, the vent's done here. We're gonna go into the family room, and you're gonna see that the floor is complete, all the plugs are complete, the ceiling's complete, and all we're waiting on is the trim. So yeah, friends, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. All right, friends, thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy.